Okay. I call the special meeting to order. Roll call.
Chairman Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Quackenbush. Legislator Diamond.
Here.
Legislator Whites.
Here.
Legislator Beaniak.
Here.
Legislator Duchessis.
Here.
Legislator Wheeler.
Here.
Legislator Isabel.
Here.
Legislator Patel.
Here.
All right, and if we'd rise for the salute to the flag. Roy?
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So the purpose of this special meeting is to adopt the policy and practice guidelines for the county executive budget to determine expenditures and limits and priorities of 2016 operating budget. I'll look for a sponsor.
I'll sponsor it.
Second. Discussion?
I'm sorry, who's second?
Discussion?
Why are we doing this at a special meeting, not for committee, since it's not till June 15th?
Because we met at an auditing meeting with the executive, and he'd like to have a 2-month head start, so there are some changes in the actual policy that we passed last year that are going to require some additional time for department heads to fully adhere to the guidelines.
One of the reasons why I kind of had wasn't in favor of the 3-person committee is exactly why I'm not going to support this. I feel like this is almost a 3-man decision, and it didn't go through committee, which even if we go through committee, we allow the other members of the legislature that are present to contribute in the discussion. So that's why I'm not going to support this.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Just the part about the October 10th, the county legislature may strike items of appropriations or anticipated revenues from the tentative budget or reduce items therein. That seems to say that we can only decrease but not increase amounts.
We can make any changes to the budget. Yeah. Would you like that change to add increase or decrease into that?
Well, certainly, yes.
Okay. So do you want to propose an amendment to add that?
Well, we don't, is it on the table now, or are we talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so moved.
Okay. That's,
Hold on, we're
Yep.
we're not amending the actual resolution,
No,
we're
the-
amending the attachment.
the attachment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you just clarify for the record what you exactly
Under the
what was
October
meant?
10th portion of it says the county legislature may strike items of appropriations or anticipated revenues from the tentative budget or reduce items therein. And so that to me says that we can only reduce the items, not increase.
Okay.
We may decide that there are certain line items need to be increased in terms of making the budget.
So you're proposing an amendment, changing the language to say decrease or increase?
That's all.
Could we get a sponsor in a second?
I'm sponsoring the resolution.
Terry seconded.
Discussion on the amendment?
I'm not going to support this because I didn't have a chance to even see it till now. Did you send it to me?
Yes.
You did?
It was sent out on May 5th.
May 5th, okay, I didn't read it. My fault then, I guess, but I don't have a chance to read it.
It's almost identical to what we passed last year for the budget policy, with the exception we changed the dates and removed stuff that was fixed last year, like splitting the executive and legislative departments. And Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, this was so that the department heads had an extra 2 months to go through the budget process, so that we're not scrambling at the end of the summer trying to push the budget together with Matt unveiling his executive budget, and we're given, short time. Barb?
If we table this, could we talk about it at the finance, Budget and Finance Committee meeting this month and then have it go next month? So we might not have 2 months, but at least we would have one, and we could have a thorough discussion with all of the legislators instead of...
Absolutely. I think, Matt?
I just wanted to also, just provide a little information. We are asking the department heads this year to provide information in a digital format that is different from previous years. So we wanted to allow some extra time, an extra 1 month. So we're sending it out instead of June 15th. It's going to be going out next week, actually, and just to give that extra time, because we are asking for things that are going to be different. There's going to be questions on how they do it accurately and appropriately, and we just wanted to, if we are going to ask more, just give them a little extra time. So, whether or not, I don't believe there's going to be any big changes in the actual content. I can still send that out on Monday if you guys are discussing it on Tuesday. But it's really up to you guys. But that was the basis for the changes. If we're going to ask for more and ask them in a different format, then it was my request to give them a little extra time so that when the deadline does come, there was ample time to get it done.
Barb, make a motion to table it?
You make a motion to table it, Barb?
We'll have a preliminary discussion.
Absolutely, it was more, I wasn't putting a motion out there.
I'll make a motion to table.
I'll second that.
And that's to table both the amendment and the
Yeah.
actual resolution.
Roll call.
Legislator Whites,
Yes.
Legislator Beniak,
No.
Legislator DeChessie,
No.
Legislator Wheeler,
Yes.
Legislator Isabel,
Yes.
Legislator Patel,
Yes.
Chairman Kelly,
No.
Legislator Diamond.
No.
Sorry about that. Val,
The motion to table, Phil?
yes.
Correct.
More
So it's
discussion?
back on the floor. I think we can work something out here that will accommodate everyone's needs. The first thing being Legislator Wheeler, her point to having everyone sit in on the proceedings, I think is good. And perhaps that's something we should consider changing. The other thing is there's really nothing wrong with trying to get this work out early and organize it in that fashion. But we just need to be included.
May I say something? And that wasn't really our intent, wasn't to leave you out. Basically, this is the same thing from last year. The dates are from the charter, so that's all in the charter. And basically, we were just doing it because Matt wanted the department heads to have more time. So I apologize for that, but I suppose we could, I guess, we could do what you want, so you feel comfortable. But I guess my point is you basically agreed to this last year, so I thought that's why it would be okay.
When was it sent out to us?
Okay.
You sent it to all of us?
I sent it to Cheryl, the clerk,
Cheryl,
sent it on my
May I
request.
address the clerk?
Yes.
Did you send that out to us on the
Yeah.
5th? Okay, all right.
And after that, Sawyer Fredericks was here. I was at a convention for the county. So, I mean, it's been, there are no excuses, but I was very clear as to why I'm not going to support it. I wasn't thinking that maybe a few weeks, even if we discussed it next week, if we had to have another special meeting so we could all discuss it. This is the finances of the county. I was given a resolution that was inquired about by one of my constituents. And that dealt with finances. So I think that as long as we all do our due diligence, that's all I was asking. So respectably, that if it's too much, whatever the majority is will be. Thank you for hearing me.
And just to clarify, this isn't tying us to any budgetary issue. It's just laying out the guidelines for which the budget process is the timeline for the budget process this year.
I understand.
Mr. Chairman, I understand that part about being just the guidelines, but last year I had some issues anyway with respect to and they're going to be addressed later on with some significant changes, I think, with respect to the budget review process and who conducts that and how it's done. But I think that we can get to the end point here of this if we just include everyone in the process, in the guidelines. And, I don't know how many sections we'd have to amend, but we could take care of this tonight. This is a good thing to try to get the budget done early, or at least roughing it out from the administrator, and we need to support that.
Right. And this doesn't set up the review committees and stuff. This just gives, we're beginning the budget process now, and then things have to be back to Matt to compile his. Then he presents us with the tentative budget. Then we go through the executive budget, and then we discuss it between the 10th and the 25th, and October 5th we host a public hearing. We're not setting up the actual review process.
Right.
That will be determined.
Except the document says the Budget and Finance Committee conducts the public hearing.
Everybody is the Budget and Finance Committee. That committee is a committee of.
Not a committee of the whole.
Hmm?
It is a committee of the whole?
Correct. Yeah. But I do agree that we do need to have a more in-depth approach.
Okay, I can
when we're
support
passing
this.
the budget. Joe?
I have no problem with the content of what you're doing. I just would appreciate a phone call and say you got any problems with it, you don't have any problems with it.
Okay.
In the event that's all. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Okay.
I just, for whatever reason, I didn't see it. Sometimes I don't get my county email.
Okay.
And I just wish one of you guys on the committee would just say, Joe,
I'll take the responsibility, I'm sorry, I
no
will
problem.
next time.
I just feel
Okay.
that that's all. And,
Not a problem.
I don't like to be left out in the
Right.
dark. You know that. You don't like to be
Right,
left out in
correct.
the dark.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? All right, on the amendment? Roll call?
Now we're voting on this as stated.
All right,
The
we're
amendments.
back to the amendment.
To the
Was
amendment.
sponsored by Barbara.
This is
No.
This is Duke's.
It was sponsored
Duke
by
and
Terry.
Terry.
Duke.
Yeah. Aye,
Hold on a second.
okay.
Legislator Duchessis.
Aye.
Legislator Wheeler.
Aye.
Legislator Isabel.
Aye.
Legislator Patel.
Yes.
Chairman Kelly.
Yes.
Legislator Diamond.
Yes.
Legislator Whites.
Yes.
Legislator Beniak.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Any further discussion on the resolution as amended?
Just, if I may, just so we're crystal clear, not that there should be any confusion, we're going to be very inclusionary going forward with the budget, and
It will be inclusive of all members of the legislature.
glad to hear that. Thank you so much.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
My computer just froze.
Did you take shorthand in college?
I don't know who sponsored it.
Terry did.
This is,
And Bob seconded.
Legislator Beniak.
Aye.
Legislator Duchessis.
aye.
Legislator Wheeler.
No.
Legislator Isabel.
Aye.
Legislator Patel.
Yes.
Legislator
Yes.
Diamond.
Aye.
Legislator Whites,
No.
Chairman Kelly.
Yes.
Pass.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
I did. Jerry second.
My computer's.
I'd like to call to order the Economic Development and Planning Committee. Just a update for some people. We pass these around. Here is some updates to the tourism report for the month.
Okay.
Also, you were emailed from, I believe, Ken Rose, some information on the Mohawk Valley 500. So if there's any questions about that, I'll entertain that. Is there any discussion from the committee? If there's no more discussion, we do have some local tourism grant recipients that were awarded grants anywhere from $800 to $1,200 this year. I believe we had 11 recipients. I believe what we're going to do is we're going to let everybody know what they are, and then if we want to get together and have a picture of you all together with your awards, that would be great. So I'll just announce everybody first. The Friends of Schoharie Crossing. Montgomery County Historical Society. Fulton Montgomery Community College. Fort Plain Museum. Palatine Settlement Society. Amsterdam Mohawks. Amsterdam Waterfront Foundation. George Landis Arboretum. Hummingbird Hill Winery. Mohawk Valley Collective. And Dan's Backyard Barbecue. I want to just thank everybody that participated in that and congratulate them on the awards. Thank you for working hard for Montgomery County and bringing in tax revenue for us. There's a lot of good events in here. There was many that we could have chosen from and did choose from, and these rose to the top. Can we wait till after the... Sure. We're just going to take care of some other business and then we get together and give your certificates and if you want to take a picture. There's just two resolutions and they both have to do with the workforce development board. One is authorizing the county executive to sign the agreement and the other is to confirm the appointments. Do we have any questions on that? Should we separate those and do this separately? Okay. So the first resolution giving the county executive the right to sign the agreement. Can I have a sponsor? Martin.
Second.
Terry. Thank you. Move it to full board.
Move it full board.
Okay, and then the resolution making the appointments attached. Sponsor. Terry.
Sponsor.
Martin. Thank you. Full board.
Full board.
Okay. Is there any other questions that have to do with economic development and planning? All right, thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Thank you.
Motion. Second, somebody.
Second, Barbara. All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn. If we want to get together now, or do you want to get together after the meeting?
No, let's do it.
Yeah.
Everyone who receiving the award, if they could just go up, we're gonna try and get a picture here.
You got it.
You guys wanna take a picture of this?
Okay. So I know we have Fort Plain Museum, right? That would be you.
I will.
I always want the bigger one. Who do we have here, Mike? We have Fort Plain, we have the waterfront. Okay. Historical Society. Yeah, would you?
Yeah, sure.
The other one that's is Waterfront
Waterfront
Foundation.
would be Paul. Thank you. Congratulations.
Valentine, no. Fort Plain Museum.
Fort Plain would be one. Congratulations. Very much.
Fulton Montgomery Community College.
Do we have congratulations?
Historical Society.
Oh, yes.
Just right here, he's right here.
Oh, okay.
And that's Palatine.
Palatine.
The other ones we can mail out here. Is that everybody got one here? Do you guys want to come in?
Do any of the other legislators want to join?
Anybody other legislators?
Want to join?
Opposed? Terry, you want to get over? Joe, you guys want to get?
Congratulations. Thank you. How are you? Very good. Nice to meet
Thank you for that.
Barb, you want to come in? Martin, Bob, can you guys just move it a little bit?
Oh, I gotta scoot
See,
you
I
in
was
this way.
purposely on the edge, so I didn't run down.
I like the part when you get in. There we go.
Yeah, but now you can, I'm like,
I
you're
know.
gonna look
We're
okay, you
looking.
know? We got, make sure everyone looks great, you know? Good? Everybody good? Perfect, well, thanks.
Martin.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm Norman Bowler,
Barbara Wheeler. Barbara Wheeler. And we're
but so which district?
District 7. It's in the city of Hampshire.
Thank you for what you do very much.
And who are you?
City, it must be city.